You are listening to the Just Saying podcast.
Let's get it on, baby. Oh, Lord. Just Saying podcast back in 2016.
We didn't put out any podcasts in January.
Yeah, we really apologize for that.
You know what, kids? Life got in the way. Things got a little crazy, but you know what? We're back.
Yeah, we're good. We're good to go
Guess who's
for
back?
another year.
Back again.
Back again.
Shady's back. Tell a friend.
Hey.
Just
Guess who's
saying.
back? Guess who's back?
Guess
Okay.
who's back?
Guess who's back?
Okay, guys.
Oh, you want to start the
All right,
podcast
let's get
now?
going.
Well, first and foremost, we have a lot of really exciting things happening, so you guys should really continue listening in because things are only going to get better from here on out.
Yeah.
Such as the discussions we are going to have today. We're kind of all feeling a little bit chatty about one particular topic here, and it's just ghosts and stuff.
Yep.
Ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different
Ghosts.
theories.
Just kidding.
Ghosts and stuff.
The wind's hitting the car, so it's kind of eerie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
and
on
it's-
fleek.
It is. It's super, dark and mystical here. And, yeah.
Yeah. If it's not rain, it's wind. If it's not wind, it's
I feel like our
Rain.
car is gonna just...
Blow away, or,
yeah.
Casper's gonna, jump in front of it.
I should attach a sail to it
All right.
and then see how far it gets.
All right, but I have this really cool theory, though.
Okay.
And I was kind of starting to talk about it, way back when last year, even though last year was 30 days ago. Do all of y'all folk remember when we were discussing the universe and the galaxy and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of those really cool things?
That was a good podcast.
It was a super cool podcast, guys. Well,
Really
anyways, after the podcast, Alex, Sal, and I, we were just kind of sitting there talking because we were so into it. And I have this theory about ghosts. And I told it to them, and they were both like, man, we should totally bring this up again another time. And this is the time. Maybe a few months too late. That's okay, but this is
No,
what
it's
I
all good.
reveal. It's cool because I'm here now.
I wonder how the download numbers in January are because we didn't put anything out.
We put nothing out.
So
Who knows?
it's
We shall find out.
hopefully people are still subscribed too.
Yeah, man. I feel like...
Do you subscribe to a bunch of podcasts and just check to see
No.
if there's new ones?
No.
I'm afraid they're gonna be checking for hours and there's nothing. It's like, oh, guess they're dead.
Oh, I've been a hermit for the past month. It's cool. All
Yeah.
I do is eat, sleep, work, repeat.
I put a thing on the Facebook. Did you see the thing I put on the Facebook page?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, it's
I was
all
like,
good.
hey guys, yeah, we're still here. We're
Never
still a thing.
mind.
We're still a thing.
Our podcast ghosted.
Ha ha! I see what you did there. That is a play on words. Okay.
Hey, all right. But no, guys, seriously though, there's this theory, and it kind of intertwines with the whole universe chat we had, like I was mentioning before.
Yeah.
So, I believe that we're living in a dimension. All of us here, every single one of these human beings that we're currently in, we're all dimension. We're all in the same dimension with the same continents, with the same components of this earth and this universe.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
believe that there are multiple dimensions that are throughout the universe.
Kind of reminds me of the Matrix.
Kind of like the Matrix, yeah. And that's exactly where I'm kind of getting at.
Does time exist in those dimensions?
Maybe a time it does
Probably
exist,
not.
but maybe in different sort of measurements. Like, for example, have you seen the movie Interstellar before?
No, actually, I haven't.
Okay, so in this particular movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but in this movie, it's basically set in the future where they have to kind of travel to another planet because they're running out of resources on our own to sustain life. And basically, Matthew McConaughey, who plays the guy who was chosen by NASA to lead the mission,
Yeah.
his daughter was seeing things, and she was saying, hey, there's books being knocked off my shelf in the middle of the night, and I don't know why, and they keep opening up to specific pages, and she was smart enough that she deciphered that it was Norse code for
A ghost!
Anyways, she was like, oh my god, it's a ghost. And Matthew McConaughey's like, no, there's no ghost, but listen, I gotta go, I'm leaving on a jet.
Poltergeist.
I'm not
Gonna
trying.
go to this other galaxy to discover this planet.
I bet he drove a Lincoln in that movie.
He drove a pickup truck.
Oh.
He did.
In his
Oh,
pickup
okay.
truck.
In
the middle of the
pickup
truck.
Guts, glory.
fill you
Best in class fuel economy. This is a manly truck.
Anyway.
Man.
Manly. Built tough. It can drive on rocks. Wow.
Is this
Like a rock.
Is this
There's a guy I work with. There's like snow. He parks his pickup truck like on a rock on the snow hill, and it looks like a
Snow
pickup
hill. There's
truck.
no snow here.
No, it's like
I feel like this is like a
the
really
snow.
funny commercial for like a Tonka truck for like, I don't know.
It's a joke. It's a joke about how like the pickup truck commercials are so like extremely manly. It's like, oh, you're not gonna have sex with women unless you buy this truck. Manly guts, glory. Chevrolet.
Cavalier.
You know how they're so manly? It's like built tough. You can put rocks in the bed of the truck and it can tow stuff.
Guys, this is how we ended up going off topic by talking about Matthew McConaughey having a pickup truck. Dude, that's
because
kind of
Matthew
awesome.
McConaughey drives the Lincolns.
So the whole point
He
of this
does drive
movie, though,
Lincolns.
the whole point of this movie is...
Okay, no, let me finish my thought. So, like, a guy I work with, he, like, parks his pickup truck on the snow hill because he can't find a parking spot, and it looks like a pickup truck commercial.
Cool.
It's like, buy this truck, it can drive on snow. Ugh.
Cool.
Anyway, go back to your thing about the Matthew McConaughey.
I'm sure that's what his car horn sounds like.
Man. He starts the car.
And then whenever you brake, it's like,
Man. Wait, what?
whenever he brakes, it's like, some lady just like, Someday, somehow, there's going to be a truck inspired by this entire conversation. That's
Hey,
released.
you know what?
DMC can thank us later.
They have
Not
GMC.
GMC. Oh,
metal balls hanging at the back of the
said
pickup truck.
GMC.
DMC, like Devil May Cry? What are you talking about?
I meant to say GMC. I apologize. I had a little too much caffeine.
Only the gamers would get that reference. You had a little bit of what?
A little bit of caffeine, my friends.
Oh, so let's go. Let's try to stay on topic. Okay, Matthew McConaughey
Yes,
in this
okay.
movie.
Anyways,
Let's keep going. Come on.
Matthew McConaughey. So anyways, eventually he takes off on this mission. And again, to go to this extra planet in this different galaxy, because they found a wormhole in our galaxy that takes them straight directly to this other galaxy. But in this other galaxy, their time is measured much differently. Basically, 1 hour on one of their planets is equivalent to 7 years on our planet.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
if you're gone for 3 hours, that's 21 years on Earth that has passed.
That's crazy.
So it's
cool.
like, that's basically like every galaxy has its own measurement of time.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking. Sort of like every dimension has a different measurement of time. But anyways, in this given situation in this movie, what happened was, as soon as Matthew McConaughey ended up on this planet, he somehow fell into another wormhole, which brought him into an entire mosaic of dimensions. And when he was walking through them, he was able to look into one of them and see his daughter's room. And he ended up being the guy pushing those books so that it could be Morse code. And it was from 21 years later. So essentially, he was in the future being the ghost pushing the books for his daughter to see because time kept repeating itself.
Could you say, would it be a spoiler to say what he was trying to say to his daughter?
Stay. Because
he wanted
he wanted his daughter to tell him to stay.
Oh, to close the loop, but he didn't close the loop.
He didn't, and he ended up
It's
going
kind of like
anyways.
Looper.
Yeah, it just loops over and over because then he didn't go, and then he would never have gone.
Yes, and it was an awesome movie. Anyways, but that's
Yeah.
obviously this is just sort of where my theory sort of came from. It's not obviously identical, but I kind of already had the theory before the movie came out. But when the movie came out, I was like, whoa, mind blown! This is super cool.
Oh my
But
gosh.
anyways,
Yeah.
I was gonna have this idea that once a person dies, I really do believe that besides the fact that we're all human, we're all made up of biological components, evolution is a thing, but I really do believe that our souls are something completely separate from the fact that we have a biological makeup. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how do you explain the fact that we all have different personalities, and how do you explain how we're all different? And I mean,
good
the way I see it is when you die, your soul is released back into the universe and back into an alternate dimension where you cannot see it. But your soul can see back down on us. And this is why I believe that there may be not extraterrestrial, oh my god, supernatural sort of occurrences, because it's I don't know, it's just an idea. It's not particularly anything proven, but it's just something cool I thought about. And I
So
was
basically,
That's cool,
I mean, there's no proof
no, it's
that
just
there
an idea.
are different dimensions in the world, but where they are basically stuck in, looking out or within and looking at us.
Yes.
But because who are these ghosts? We want to say that ghosts, if they're real or not, they're people with unfinished business. That's how the movies would like to portray them.
That's exactly how they would like to portray it. It's like a negative energy that still lies within, still prevails in this given time.
Because mind you, speaking of negative energy, explain haunted houses.
Exactly. Exactly. There's still energy that's left behind from, the ghosts of its past, if you want to put it that way. And there's so much in this world where you go and you can almost have you ever been I'm sure all of us have walked inside an area that's known to be haunted, right? Have you ever gotten the vibe?
Yes.
Before where it's there's something
I felt
negative,
cold.
dark. Yeah, you feel cold. I actually have a friend of mine, and she's always had the ability to feel that kind of energy. She'll literally be able to be there's something here, I can feel this, I can hear that sort of thing. But nobody else can. And it's
now it's starting to hail. It's really creepy.
yeah, it is a little creepy.
Okay, go ahead.
It's ever
Keep
since
talking.
we parked in this spot, guys.
This is our spot. This is our spot. Can't describe it, but I don't want people to know where we are. Because then they'll just come here every week.
No way. But yeah.
And watch us podcast.
Yeah, and just be like, oh, I knew you were going to be here.
Unless there is somebody already watching us.
No one knows.
Unless
No
there's
one.
one of those creepy stalkers.
This is an abandoned spot in
I always feel like
in a certain city
somebody's watching
close to
me.
Hamilton.
We need a fancy.
And I got no privacy.
Oh, whoa. All right, guys.
See, do you believe in ghosts?
To be honest with you, I've never been skeptical,
Okay.
but at the same time, I'm still waiting for an experience for me to truly, really, really, really believe.
Yeah,
I've never particularly experienced anything supernatural where I'd be like, whoa.
Well, I have actually as a kid.
Really?
Okay, do
Yeah.
tell.
Oh, he didn't tell us
So-
before we started
Yeah.
recording.
So so I was about 5 or 6, and we moved, my mom and I, we moved from Toronto to Hamilton, and, we left our bedroom doors open when we slept. And, I felt a lot of negative energy in my own apartment. It was so weird.
okay.
I felt like something was constantly watching me, or, it was so creepy, and I couldn't explain it.
Yeah.
But you know what they say, innocent souls, like animals or even children, they feel this kind of stuff. It can even go as far as them being able to see it.
Yeah.
And I did see it. I was sleeping, and this happened twice to me actually. I was sleeping on my back, and this is what they say, when you sleep on your back, evil spirits and demons can come in. So never sleep on your back.
Oh, I did that last night.
And that's when all your nightmares happen and everything. And they're usually floating above you, looking down. But
That's
I
weird.
actually I heard someone, because nobody calls me Sandra, Sandra, whatever,
Sandra!
except for my mom or my family. And I heard a whisper, woke me up, Sandra, and standing at the door of my bedroom was a woman in a black veil, and all you see is a shadow and just her white hands approaching me.
Oh, that's pretty freaky.
I was
That's a little freaky.
Yeah, I was under the covers just staring.
Oh, God.
And I was
would be so...
Listen, I was so
all right.
scared. I was so scared to the point that I don't know how long I was looking at her, and it took me so much energy to roll over and just go to bed. I didn't scream or anything because I couldn't. And then, and then that was it.
Did you ever tell anyone?
I did. I told my mom.
He's told us.
And
Oh,
I told you guys. But apparently, when someone is trying to do black magic to you or your family, they visit you or something like that. And so, yeah.
Wait, so people they want to curse you?
Yes.
Huh.
A lot of bad stuff was happening and everything, and then, yeah. So it was kind of creepy because, seeing that as a kid, you're like, oh my god, did I dream it or not? And then I started randomly, I don't know if this ever happened to you guys, but, I was a happy kid, but it was so random. My mom's like, I heard you start crying in your sleep, You sat on the edge of the bed. She came to see if I was okay, and I sat on the edge of the bed, started crying, then went back to bed. Just I started doing random things at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hail's really loud.
So I think that ghosts, I personally think that ghosts, what we like to call it, is actually a link to demons and evil energy.
I think that's definitely possible, because I do believe that there, again, like we've talked about this before, there's good energy and there's bad energy, and I think I totally agree. There's definitely a link between good and bad. Actually, now that I think of it, I have had a bit of a supernatural experience, but it wasn't a dark experience like the one that you had when you were a kid.
Yeah.
It was more my nonna, my grandmother. She passed away about 5-6 years ago, and I was what happened was she was just on her last days of, living. The nurse had told, the doctor had told us, bring her home for her last couple of days to be with her family, enjoy, her home surroundings, and, we were making it as comfortable for her as possible. And anyways, the day she passed away, a couple of my family members were by her side, but I was in the living room. But anyways, it was a really warm summer day, and we had left the door open with just, the screen, just, keeping the door shut. And it was a nice breezy day, but there was no, well, actually, no, it wasn't even breezy. There was no wind. It was just a mild day.
Yeah.
And anyways, within moments of my nonna shutting her eyes, all we could hear was wind chimes, and the front door slammed shut.
Whoa.
And the next thing we saw outside too was like a ton of birds just flying into the sky and migrating north.
That's cool.
And it was like interesting because it's like, all day, like, we've been sitting here, and this is like the first thing we've heard outside besides cars passing by. And anyways, and then when I found out it had been like literally just a couple of moments after she passed away, we were all just kind of thinking like, is that you? Like, was that you going out the door? Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things too. It's like her soul was released into the universe, I guess, hypothetically speaking. And so like that was my experience. And it was like, again, I had to kind of think about it for a second, because a lot of people associate ghosts with like like bad energy and whatnot, and in this given situation I think it was just like her soul being released.
But the thing is, like, what is a ghost then? Because a lot of people have stories where they've seen loved ones that passed away in a form of a ghost, or
really?
But the thing is, like, as a Christian now, because before I believed in that, now my concept is like, okay, it may sound funny to you guys, but like, there's no way that, how do you say, people that pass away can take on a form. It's usually something playing a trick on you. That will, like the devil, or a demon, that takes on this role to lure you into thinking that they are trying to tell you something, because they know that that is like an emotional connection. Like, for example, God forbid your one of your parents passed away. That's something that's like you hold close to yourself, to you. Yeah. So like, if you see, like, for instance, one of your parents or a family member that passed away in a form of a ghost, or you see something move and you would like, oh, my mom used to touch that, or my dad used to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like trying to lure you in, or trying to trick you.
And the question is, why are they trying to trick you, and what's the purpose of this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And especially when, you see things there's a difference between ghosts and poltergeists. Like, poltergeist is when you see something move, or something that for sure nobody could have touched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like an evil force, man. You gotta get the heck out of there. Like, run.
I have a lot of those things happening in my apartment, in my basement.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Are you sure about this?
I've seen my TV turn on and off a couple of times on its own, and I have like a crystal lamp in my room. I've seen it turn on in the middle of the night. And I also have like this light. What? It's in my kitchen, And, like, I have fluorescent lights in my kitchen basement, but there's, like, this screen that sort of holds it together. And one time when I was sitting and eating, it fell right on top.
You know how many times something in my apartment fell? And I look at it, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know somebody died in my house.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh, they have to tell you then, I guess, at that point.
Yeah. Full disclosure.
Yeah.
Also, last week, my mom told me, and I'm like, are you sure 100% you turned off the candle? You blew it out? She's like, I am 100% sure. She likes to have candles, you know, at night, like before we go to bed, or like, you know, just like to set the mood, or just like, you know, one of those nice smelling candles.
Yeah.
She's 100% sure she blew it out. She said the next morning it was fully lit. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yes. She's like, this happened to me actually many, many years ago before I even had you in Toronto.
Oh.
I'm like, what?
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's like, what is trying to... Is this some sort of positive or negative sign? Like, who is doing this?
And why?
And why?
And why? There's just so many questions you could ask in regards to these things.
Yeah.
Like, what are they trying to tell you? What's the message?
Clearly, they can't communicate in any other way.
No. Have you ever thought to talk to a medium before? Or have any of you talked to someone like that?
I haven't.
Yeah, but I heard people that do that, and they like... They say it's a usually good experience, but it's kind of like... Yeah. I always kind of associated ghosts with, like, something negative.
Me too.
And, like, spirits with, like, something positive.
Yeah.
So...
Because the only positive thing that you could possibly have, I mean, for me, are angels. We're all surrounded by a bunch of angels.
Yeah.
That is the only thing closest to a positive energy that we can have around us.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, because the way that I thought before was like, oh my god, these are people trying to contact us. Like, that was definitely my grandpa, or this was this.
A lot of people have that kind of assumption.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a medium, Amanda?
No, I have not. But I do agree with you. It's like, again, I've mentioned this before in the Universe podcast, but without darkness, there cannot be light, and without light, there cannot be darkness. It's science, but it's also sort of like a hypothetical sort of way of looking at things too. But I think that's the way to look at it in terms of this too. Like, again, in terms of the dark, you're gonna have your ghosts and you're gonna have your phenomenons in terms of that. But then there are spirits as well, which signify the lighter side of things, and all the good in this world.
Yeah.
Man, this hail is so loud. It's pissing me off. Sorry, keep going.
The thing that I just find fascinating is we sometimes can't figure out whether it is positive or negative energy trying to contact us.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's disguised, or sometimes it comes in the form of something you don't quite understand. And a lot of these things you don't understand. You just kind of have to have faith that you'll figure it out sometime. Because eventually, you have to.
Because sometimes our minds can play tricks on us.
Easily. For sure. Everything is... Well, I don't want to say everything is... I don't even know what I'm calling with this. I'm just tired, guys. But...
Me too.
Your mind is a funny thing. I mean...
Yeah.
Sometimes it can tell you one thing, but is actually signifying another, and every brain works differently. So you really have to know yourself and the way your mind ticks before you can really decipher what's going on.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it depends on what kind of mindset you're in when stuff like this happens. Like, are you being in a positive or negative state yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we did mention this in our previous podcast. It all depends on how you mentally prepare yourself for things. Like, should I actually, like, kill myself over this? Not literally, but I mean, should I actually just beat myself up because of what happened? Or should I just, like, be like, whatever, can't change it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be positive and hope for the best.
Yeah.
It's all entirely up to you, and that's...
And do we bring these energies to us?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think what you stew up in your own mind and heart is what you're going to be bringing to the table. Whether it's in the form of a positive circumstance or a negative circumstance. It all depends on what you're thinking and what you are feeling.
Yeah.
And what ends up in front of you is entirely up to those two components. And that could mean anything.
Do you think that mediums really, I mean, there are a lot of people that like to just make money, but do you believe in some?
This is the thing. It's one of those things, it's like, I'm not a skeptic, but at the same time, I don't particularly know if I believe. I think I would have to see it or experience it to truly understand.
You know, it's kind of creepy. My mom, before I was born, she told me, like, she used to be obsessed with, like, you know, that kind of stuff. So she visited this one man that didn't even know English, and whenever he falls into this sort of deep trance, he ends up speaking your language. And
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like he can speak any language. And he would fall into this thing, and when he was telling my mom, it's like he knew things that nobody knew, and like where she used to live, and like everything. And then he even mentioned some things in the future, and she stopped him because she was so terrified. And it's like, how did this man know?
Did those future things come true?
Yep.
Oh, weird.
Yep. And then after, when she stopped him, she's like, wait, is there more? Like, can you tell me how long I'm gonna live?
Oh.
And he's like, I'm not gonna tell you that.
Well, if it was a good...
Because she stopped him, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna tell you that.
Yeah, but what, if you know how you're gonna die, then you know you can do anything. In between.
I wouldn't know when I want to die. I don't want to know.
No.
It's like that movie Big Fish. Remember the guy he saw as a kid how he was gonna die, so like he like lived his life like as if like because he knows he's not gonna die. Like he went to the army and did like the hardest missions.
Do you really believe that you could stop fate and stop destiny?
That fate.
You can't. There's no way.
Yeah.
And even if you try,
There's a way of it happening the way it should be.
well, that's the thing. Life has a way of working out regardless. And if you find out, then who knows? Maybe what you're doing differently to avoid it could be the reason why you end up in that fate to begin with.
Maybe you were meant to know when you're supposed to die to end up where you're...
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you never know. Life has a funny way of working out.
Yeah.
Guys, the ghost talk ended up turning into like a crazy conspiracy chat.
It's all good.
It is so good.
The hail's really loud though, that's the problem.
I mean, it's all basically connected because, I mean...
Yeah, this hail is really driving us nuts.
It's pathetic fallacy. Guys, with this deep, dark talk, we got the rain and the hail and the cold and the sleet and the lights.
rain and the hail! Whoa, this is creepy.
Guys, I don't know what we're doing. You want to know something?
We brought the hell with our negativity. I'm just kidding. We weren't being negative. We just wanted to.
I think we're just like sugar high because we totes all ingested Frosties from Wendy's, and it was
and we totally got an extra ice cream.
They totally screwed up, and then they ended up giving us 2 Frosties.
This is why we're all sugared up, kids.
This is why I'm hot.
You said they can mix them together, right? You can mix a chocolate and vanilla in 1 cup, right?
Yeah.
So the girl behind the counter thought that they wanted 2, so then they gave it to the girl at the counter. She's like, oh, I said mix them together. And she's like, I don't know, just pour them into a medium cup and give it to them. And I'm just like, I'm right here, I could hear you.
Be like, hello, Barty.
And she's like, you can't do that. Like, just give them both. And I'm like, okay, I'll take both. If you don't charge me, that's fine. Thank you.
This was a good day, guys. This was a good day.
That company, that restaurant just lost $1.
Aww.
They did.
They lost $1.
So unfortunate.
Poor Wendy's.
Oh no.
Wendy, what are you gonna eat?
Yeah, Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy.
What's up,
Have you ever
Wendy?
Took
seen a
your
ghost?
dollar, Wendy.
This podcast brought to you by Wendy's dollar meal, where it's like $1.20.
Yeah.
With
With taxes
like $2
in. Yes.
because of the Canadian dollar.
Yeah, because it's like 50 cents right now.
Yeah.
We're
Anyway,
gonna have to boogie on out.
Well done, Alexandra.
that was it.
Guys, that's it.
Thanks for listening to us, guys.
All right, you know what? This was real. This was a really cool way to bring in the new year. And hey, lots more to come.
And lots of hail.
Lots of hail.
Sorry about this recording, guys. My
It's probably
microphone.
gonna be very all over the place, but we apologize.
My
greatly.
microphone's busted, so I have to get that fixed.
Because Mikey G
Mikey
ain't such a G for doing that.
I let him borrow a mic and he broke it. I mean, like, what can you do?
Mike
What
broke
can you
the
do?
mic. I'm on a roll, guys.
Oh my god, you're on a roll. It's the Frosty.
That was terrible.
Oh my god.
Dropping the mic.
No.
Probably dropped it. I don't know. I mean, like,
He dropped the mic.
he said he'll pay for the fix. He'll pay for fixing it, but I'm just like I'm kind of upset that like I let him borrow it and he didn't take care of it. That's where I'm coming from.
You didn't even use it.
What are you doing? He made like a 30,000 downloaded song with it. Like 30,000. I probably have 50,000 right now. Like that song is good. But yeah, we're done.
Adios.
I'll see you guys later. Keep listening.
Adios, amigos.
Meow.
Keep rocking in the free world.
I hate this hail.
Back
Look
here,
at this! Look at this!
and then come back here and then go to mom's.
And then this is on the 26th.
How you doing?
What the? Instead of me coming.
How's good?